a folky kind of feel, you know what I mean? It just depends, you know. Some days I like congas and some days I like hi-hats. It just depends, you know.
I understand.
I can't sing, so I mean, I don't know.
Multifaceted.
How do you know? How do you know you can't sing?
Oh, I know.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know? Well, at least
I
you know yourself.
Oh, I'm not gonna say
Know
I don't
thyself.
try. I'm not gonna say I won't sing. I'm saying I can't sing.
We've been saying
Okay.
going up yonder all week. We know.
I was about to
can't
say.
sing.
It's been going down.
Yeah,
We know we can't
Yeah,
sing. We
I
just
can't
sing it.
Then
I don't-
nobody's gonna pick up my mixtape.
Yeah.
I know that.
If you have a song in your heart, you should just let it ring.
Oh,
Plus
don't do that.
navadays, I mean,
I'ma get
auto-tune.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna get an old black woman being like, "Oh, bless your heart, look at you."
That's their favorite thing to say.
That's your heart, baby.
Oh, baby, sing
Yes.
through
Come
it.
on, yeah.
Let them use you.
Let 'em use you.
Like,
That's
nah,
it.
okay, man.
That is
That's fine.
cute.
That's fine. How much did your family influence you in terms of your musical styling?
A lot. My grandparents actually raised me, my grandmother. And so I was in the house with her. She was listening to a lot of blues. And so it's funny because when I stopped singing opera or when I like made that shift, I felt kind of lost. Like I was just like, okay, how do I do runs? That's what I used to say. Like how do I sing soulfully? And it's literally just going back to your roots. That's all I did. Like I went back to my roots. And I realized that growing up in that house, like it was a lot of blues for one, like a lot of Johnny Taylor, Little Milton, Buddy Ace, Bobby Bland. But she had like an immense record vinyl collection. So I was listening to everything. Like my first cassette tape when I was younger, dang, that make me sound old, huh? My first cassette tape was Barry White.
Okay.
And then my first CD was Mariah Carey. No, that's a lie. My first CD was Michael Jackson History, the collection.
Oh, the third,
the double
the double disc.
the past, present, future. And then it was Mariah Carey Heartbreaker. And so like it was all over the place. Like when I think about it, like I loved like Earth, Wind and Fire when I was little. I loved Shaka Khan. I loved Donna Summer. So, you know, like it was all over the place, but my roots were not, you know, classical. That was kind of what I picked up in school and what I found that I was good at, but it definitely honed my technique because now, you know, I can sing and sing and sing and sing and not be hoarse, you know?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I definitely would say growing up in that household, like I was just exposed to so much music and even just like jazz, like Sarah Vaughan and Dizzy Gillespie, and just she had all kind of records. So I think it definitely influences my music now because you can hear kind of all of that in there. It's experimental almost.
And that's crazy that, you know, your family and what you get exposed to at such a young age will affect what you listen to. Because you were talking about your first CD. Well, first, I know we're older. I'm definitely older. My first cassette was, it's long. The Fat Boys, Fresh Prince? Probably something like that.
Yeah.
And then I know the CD, like, I know I listened to, who's the jazz dude? Earl Klugh? K-L-U-G-H. The only reason I know that I listened to him is because we had a neighbor that was just getting rid of a CD. Like, he was like, I already got this one. Here, you can have it. I ain't have no other CD. So I just played that CD over and over again. So now I just listen to the dude. That's it.
That one and his first real CD was Criss Cross.
No.
Bomb.
That was the first CD that I was purchased for me.
Okay.
Criss Cross,
Da Bomb.
Da Bomb.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, Criss Cross, I mean, they cool. They can't really rap. But this dude, the Brat, is the hardest. And that's what, because I didn't know.
We didn't know.
I ain't seen a video or
Yeah.
nothing. I said, this dude, the Brat, is the hardest rapper on the face. And then I saw her. I was like, yo, the Brat
Don't
girl,
you miss
yo,
that, though?
she's the best rapper.
Yeah, not
ever.
knowing who the
And
people
music,
were.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
And having to wait. I remember I was like,
missed
Big
that.
Pun. And you had to
Like
look for songs
discovering
and be
people.
like,
You had to.
who are,
Yeah.
what song are
And
they
then
on? And then
you would find out like little quirky things like, oh my God, they like French fries. I love French fries too.
Yeah.
But you would find out those little things, those little nuances.
months.
Yeah, it took so long.
now it's a day. You'd be like, who is this?
Go on
I
their
know
page. You know what they
everything
done ate
about
for
them
breakfast.
of all time ever.
Everything. Here's 8
Everything.
videos about them. Here's a story about their life. Here's
Yeah.
their house. Here's their mother. Here's
Yeah. I'm like,
Right.
golly, this is so much information. I don't
It
need
is.
this.
Now, But you're named after your grandmother?
Yes.
That's where, okay.
So you can imagine why my mom did not like me having the username who the F is Lenora. She was like, that's my mama
Oh
name.
man, that's deep.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about, I mean, your grandmother. Your grandmother, she was the one that she started the newspaper.
Yeah. Forward Times.
Okay. So tell us about Forward Times.
So Forward Times is my family business. My grandfather founded it in 1960, and he unfortunately passed away in 71 due to a heart attack. Because there was like a ton of racial tensions at that time,
Really?
sort of like now.
I was about to say.
In the 60s?
Big
yeah, we
surprise.
were right in the
There was
60s.
racial
What?
tension.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, we like our building got bombed, like all kinds of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so he had a heart attack, and my grandmother was a 29-year-old widow, and he was older than her. And so she had 2 little girls, and people placed bets. Like, they were like, she's going to sell the business or she's going to go out of business. First, they gave her 6 months. She surpassed that, gave her a year, gave her whatever. She ended up seeing us through the 50 years of business. And so in 2010, she passed away due to a heart attack. And my mom picked up the mantle, and she's now the publisher. And I'm there as the operations manager. My life is crazy because it's literally like a lot of times I'll be running in there and then leaving to go to a show.
Yeah.
I'll be doing interviews on the office phone, but it's fun. Like I love working with my family and for my family. That's been a blessing. And also the good thing is, like, you know, artists don't tell you that side of, like, you know, people oftentimes try to give you this glamorous, like, yeah, like all I do is, I step on the stage, I go off the stage and I hibernate and I put cucumbers on my eyes and I whatever. But yeah, mama got to work. So I literally do that, but I'm afforded that opportunity to be able to have the flexibility to do both, because I can just say, hey, mom, I got to go to LA for the week or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and it's a blessing. But yeah, we are soon to be 60 year in 2020. You're a black business. We're a community-based newspaper, and we report our news. We report, the good that the mainstream media won't talk about, the dailies won't talk about, that goes on in our community. I mean, we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. I was on there today, and it's like it's definitely focused towards us. Like I saw the article you had up about the rise of the suicide rates just amongst black people, but you also have news focused just towards African Americans.
Yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic.
And let me tell you what's funny about how everything just works hand in hand. Like when I was younger, I got a lot of my CD collection because people would send them to the office. At that time, labels and, PR people were sending physical CDs to media and stuff like that. So my mom would be like, here, you can have a CD, so I was listening to like random like demos and stuff, all kinds of stuff. So I consumed a lot of music that way. And I remember when I graduated from college, I was just like, I do not want to work here. I don't know why. I think it was just because I do know why. I was just like, I just want to be a star. Like, I don't want to do that. And I remember, like, when I was graduating, all my friends, I went to like a PWI, so a lot of my friends were like rich, and they were like, yeah, I'm going to the Amalfi Coast after graduation. I was like, Mom, what am I going to do when we get back? She's like, come to work on Monday. I was like, oh. And so what's funny is I left there, and I went and worked in corporate, and I came back, but she made me earn that. She made me earn coming back. And
That's worth it.
yeah, and she made me earn it. And I remember her telling me, my mom she would always want me to do correspondence work.
Yeah.
She was like, I really, really want you to interview people. I see that for you. The Holy Spirit revealed it to me. Like, I know I'm not trying to sound overly whatever, but I'm just giving you what God gave me. And I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. And I told her, you know what I told her? Let me tell you what she told me and how this was the day that my mom, like, humbled me forever. I said, Mom, I don't want to do that because it's going to be confusing for my brand. Like, they're not going to know how to identify me as an interviewer or as a singer. She said, but sweetie, nobody knows you.
Man, sobering words from your mama.
Oh, yeah. Mom's
that's
a
what
switch.
it is.
I said, okay. And then after that happened, maybe a year or two later, I started getting into correspondence work, and that's what formed a lot of connections for me. A lot of my closest friends I met from that. Like I don't know if y'all familiar with Masego.
Yes.
I met Masego by interviewing him at the Jack Daniels Art Beats and Lyrics show in 2015. And to this day, we're like tight, you know?
That's awesome.
I met a lot of my friends from doing that.
Making those connections.
From making those
through
connections, going to those shows
correspondence.
and corresponding and doing that. And she would tell me, my mom was like, you have the type of personality to where you will get in. You just need, it's going to help you get in that door. Just listen to me. And I ain't listen at first, but now I listen. And shout out to her because she was right.
Your mama's been right about like most things
Pretty
that
much
you told us
everything
so
so far.
far.
So y'all trying to
So
tell me
far.
I don't need to cuss?
So far.
I think we all don't need to curse right now. Now
Probably
I'm
our
like,
mom says the
dang.
same thing.
I
She
was
said the
just
same
with
thing.
Wait,
my
hold
mama.
up. Y'all brothers?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
That's why
us.
you were like, no.
That's us right there.
Yeah.
Y'all done got me on. Y'all,
That's
that
us.
is beautiful.
Yeah, we're brothers. We're
Our
So
mom
this
says
is
it all
a
the
family
time. Like,
business
stop
too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why when Todd sees us, he's always like, we're brothers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah.
That is too cute.
Funny.
And that's how, even when we first started, our number one listeners was my mom and dad. My dad listens to this show.
Our dad is our number one fan. I love him.
and
to
he
death.
listens
love
to
that.
no rap. So he'll
Yeah.
literally have no clue. He'll have no clue who it is. He's like,
Love you, Dad.
We know
love
y'all
your mom,
killing
too.
it.
so, and just mispronouncing names.
Yeah.
So DeBeezy.
The BZ.
He
Yeah.
does a little with the Slimmy, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's Dope
I
Beezy.
love
what
it.
It's Dope
I
Beezy
love
and
when
Slim
parents
Thug.
are just like parents. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. But now, like, people be confusing me. People be like smoking with their parents and stuff.
Look,
That's too
no,
far.
no, that's not it.
I miss the days when parents was
Because
just
I
parents.
feel like there were a lot of, and it's happening a lot more now. When we go, like, because I'll do stuff for the Houston Press, we'll go cover concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was at the Young Thug concert, and I'm like, why are you up here with your kids? Like,
That's so strange.
Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, and it'd be like just different levels of parents where I'm like, okay,
Different
like
levels.
y'all are,
It's levels
no,
to this
because
parenting.
well, it's like
Yeah, there's
you're an
levels
older
to it.
parent and like you got a younger kid. Like I was like, yo, I don't know if you should have your 8-year-old at the Young Thug concert. No
No,
shots
yeah.
against Young Thug. I just
Yeah.
don't think your 8-year-old should be at the Young Thug concert. One is
What do
late.
you know? You don't have children.
Yeah.
I know,
I'm
that's
like,
how they be
okay.
feeling.
I was like, well,
Be
one
like,
is late,
bruh.
but two, you know, like I be teaching them sometimes, and I'll be like, you the parent, like.
Right.
How come your son's
Your
not awake?
8-year-olds
How come
can
your son
come-
not awake? Oh, he was at the Young Thug concert last night. You know what I'm saying? He had like, no.
Like, no,
No.
man.
Just get busy.
Let
Not
your
at all.
kid get some sleep.
Well, your 8-year-old can come to my concert. It's kid friendly most times.
The Motown, I'm pretty sure we've seen you at the Motown. We definitely took our
Yeah,
cousins.
we've been
to we went to the
a
Motown
few
Review a bunch of
times.
times.
It's like a big black family
Yes.
reunion. I love it
Yes.
so much.
Now the only reason
Sitting
we
on a
didn't go this
blanket,
last summer
chilling.
is because the heat was record. Like I was like, nah, I can't do
Oh, yeah,
it.
he's gonna
It's
pass out.
so hot.
Yeah, it was so hot. It
Well,
was too
that's
much.
also because when you go, somebody has to like take the L and get there super early and like black out the spot.
That's usually
Oh,
us.
because everybody wants to sit on the hill.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you got to get the
And
spot on the
that's-
hill.
My
That's
family
us.
sits under the cover.
Oh no,
Well,
we got
it's-
Your
it.
let me
family
tell you-
VIP.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
about to
true.
say,
You know,
so
4
they
times
can
like his
show
spouse
up.
at the
Exactly,
the show.
like-
So they
yeah.
can show up whenever. Like,
but
okay.
but you know they release some seats on you too. But I also need them there because I need to hear them. Like my brother is the loudest and like he's my favorite. Like I just perform different when he's in the audience because he used to play football, so he screams like he's at a game.
Okay.
Like he be let's go.
That's what's up.
And that just amps me up.
Keep that run.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just, like,
mean,
I just
nobody-
really hit it then.
Nobody can
Just
like
hit different.
Yeah,
nobody
nobody's gonna
posts
cheer
you
for
like your family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gasses you like your family.
true.
And nobody's gonna humble you like your family.
No.
So that's it.
Exactly.
They'll humble
In
you.
my
They'll
humble
gas you
opinion.
up,
You
and
see
you
what I
humble
did
pick.
there?
There you go.
Wow.
That's how it works. She did the rib shot.
She did. Wow.
I know.
Oh,
Somebody
cornier
told
than me
me,
in here.
I know.
Like,
Somebody
wow.
told me the other day that somebody was my boyfriend. Let me just be real. He told me, you will have a Netflix special of just dad jokes. He was like, you're like the queen of dad jokes.
Oh,
He
you
was-
got to get on dad jokes.
Yeah.
They do that on the what? Kevin on
They
stage.
ended it.
First
Oh,
of
they
all,
ended
I'm,
dad
Channel's
jokes?
over. ADD is done.
So
Wait,
now
I
it's
didn't even know that was a real thing. I
Yeah.
thought y'all was playing.
No,
Kev
just
on
Google-
stage
just
has a
Google
thing, just
ADD.
Google dad jokes.
Yeah.
They were going dad jokes against each other, but now you know the lane is open.
It's open.
Oh,
Like
for
the
real?
lane is
Yeah,
open.
there was
Oh,
a
it's
show called
Destiny.
Dad Jokes.
Destiny.
Yes.
Dad jokes is wide
Black
open. You just
owned.
got to get out there and just do
It
Black
that.
owned.
was, but then
To get the
Russell
paper to
Simmons
sponsor
ended
dad
it.
jokes,
Yeah.
you just start hitting people
You
with the
right.
dad jokes going back and
You
forth.
right.
He could be your
Y'all, that's
first
an
guest. He
idea.
love a dad joke.
yeah, I do
You do?
comedy
You know,
sometimes.
or
I'm a comedian
at
point.
there's also our dad. Who would
Oh,
love-
that's the
Oh,
master
you know,
of the
I
dad
would love
jokes.
to have y'all's dad on
Like,
on the
he
dad
puts
jokes.
out some of the worst dad jokes.
I'm like, does he have a
And
book?
It's constant.
And it's always new. It's
and
always
he does
it's current.
he does the pause where
Yeah.
he's like,
He
yeah,
waits
no.
for it.
Yeah.
We're all sitting there like,
Oh man, but I'd be like, that's a good one.
Why?
Y'all better
That's
hype
a
him
good
up.
One. Got
Nah,
to.
he's real big on.
He's
the
the
dad
big.
jokes.
So he's listening.
He's listening now.
Yeah,
Like in
he's
3
a
weeks, he's
huge
gonna be like,
supporter.
yeah,
Wait,
you're
how
gonna hear
can he
about them dad
listen?
jokes.
He has like the exclusive.
No.
No,
I mean,
no,
he's
no.
gonna
He's
be
gonna
listening
listen.
to the
Oh,
show when
okay,
it comes
okay,
out, but
okay.
he's
Yeah.
always the one.
And then
When
he'll
we first
text you at 3
recorded-
o'clock in the morning and just talk about something that
He'll send you a
happens.
text.
It's like, what are you talking? That was 3 weeks
At
ago.
3 in the morning.
Or like 6 months later, you'd be like, I heard you like. I'm like, I don't.
When we first recorded, we were like logging up the episodes. We were like, oh, okay, we'll have these ready. So some of these were like, like 3-4 months back. Just come up to you with the thing. So you think he got the best barbecue?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
He did that to me. He's like,
Who?
I heard you. You think my brother has the best barbecue? I
What
was
are you
like,
talking about?
what? I don't remember.
I said, what? Because
was
you
like-
said on the podcast.
I
I
did.
love it.
We said that in February.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that was a long
I
time
say a
ago.
lot of things.
That's funny.
Fair
Let's quit
enough.
talking about Larry and this barbecue hate. Let's go to let's play Take a Chance. Take a
Hey.
Chance. Let's play the Take a Chance video. Let's get to some original music by Lenora. Not simply Lenora.
I do got the juice though.
Got
Dad
the
jokes.
juice. You do.
Where'd y'all film this?
Off Alameda, close to my house.
Yeah, that's exactly where that. I know where it's at. That's
Y'all
right
know
near
where
that
it's
high
at?
school. That's at some club. I don't know.
Alley Cat?
No,
Where we at?
the flat.
Oh, the flat.
Really?
That was
Okay.
after I did Isaiah Carey.
Ah.
Well, we all know where that is.
And there's like a disco version to this, but it's only on SoundCloud because I ain't want the problems with Ashford and Simpson.
Oh man,
They will come
They will
for
come
you.
for me.
They will
Valerie.
definitely come for you.
they come from everywhere. Don't the face really.
I know. Well, the purpose of this one was like super random. Like we wanted, since it was stripped, we wanted to like just make it real. Cause you know, a lot of people thought I was an Instagram model for a long time.
Wait, you're not?
Fuck you.
First
you
of
get
all,
the joke?
first of all, that was a light flex though. You're like
Yeah.
a lot of people thought I was an Instagram
Yeah.
model for a while.
They did because you want to know why? My page accidentally went like viral at the time before Instagram like bossed up on us with this algorithm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like a free for all.
Yeah.
My page, like at that time, I wasn't putting music out. Remember, I told you I started like 2017. So like 2016, I made an Instagram like later once I quit my corporate job. I was just like, all right, I can make an Instagram now. So I make this Instagram, and I was like, I don't know what to post. So like I would just like take pictures, selfies, whatever. And one time my mom took a picture of me in a swimsuit in our backyard for 4th of July, and I put it up, and it like went viral, and it got thousands and thousands of likes.
And that's when your name was
It was
yeah.
it was.
Oh, I know
then.
that picture.
Yeah, that
Your
was
abs
the one.
was popping.
They was popping in.
Your abs was
See,
popping.
I was
Yeah.
in shape then, so it was like I
No.
was in shape, but I still had a
Wow.
little thickness, so it just was all coming together. And so I put that picture up, and then like just everybody started following me because it went like it was all over the Explorer. So like rappers and stuff, and like athletes were like, but at that time people wasn't doing that like that to me. So I was. Honestly, it almost made me, at that time, I wanted to delete my page because, when that happens, a bunch of trolls come too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, people was just like,
Absolutely.
kill yourself. And I was like,
Oh.
why? What'd I do? So,
Dang.
yeah, so
People are
basically,
trash. God,
so trash. So my following kind of was like growing because of that, right? So then in 2017, when I'm just like, oh, y'all, like, I know I really didn't tell y'all who I was because I was just posting pictures my mom took in the backyard, but I'm really a singer. Like, I'm actually a musician. Like, I'm like, for real, I'm a trained musician. I can read music.
Yeah.
All right, nobody wants to hear that. Okay. So I
They
had
was like,
to
show us your abs.
Yeah. Like for a long
Okay,
time, people was
okay.
like unfollowing me because they was just like, we want to see booty.
Oh,
We don't want to
wow.
hear this.
Okay.
Wow.
It made room, like all the trash people left, and
Yeah.
then like a bunch of like people who just wanted to hear the music started following me. So it's like it's all like leveled out now, and it's like people know me for music instead of
good. It's a
Instagram
blessing.
modeling. Yeah, it's such a blessing. So the Take a Chance stripped video, the reason we made it like that was because a lot of times my friends will tell me, like Phil Wade, he'll tell me like